Welcome to Carmel Academy School Year 2021 to 2022. I am Mark Vincent A. Mary, your Gen Math instructor. I live at Bingag, Dawis, Bohol, graduated at University of Bohol with a course Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in Mathematics, studying my master's degree at Bohol Island State University, main campus. Before we start in our virtual discussion, let's have an opening prayer.
Let us put ourselves in the holy presence of the Lord as we pray. In the name of the Father, of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Dear God, teach us to number our days and graph them according to your ways. Subtract the points you don't want from us and add the values you have set for us. Divide the dividend we possess accordingly so that we can multiply them systematically. Draw a line we have to follow, guiding us properly with your arrow, because sometimes we tend to be irrational, and yet all you want us is to be rational. We learned that life is like a slope, with its ascent and descent, that we must go like a beautiful problem in algebra. Life is a definite equation, perfected with your eternal computations. We are only the minuscule of your projections. Give thanks and praise to your almighty creation. Amen. In the name of the Father, of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Welcome to General Mathematics. You can learn about the power of mathematics and how it relates to real-life situations outside the classroom. It is aligned with the K-12 curriculum and enriched with the different activities in consideration with the assessments and activities advised by the Department of Education. The focus is not only the learning competencies but in great consideration with the content and performance standards of the K-12 curriculum guide. General Mathematics for Senior High School. The concept. First, functions. Focuses more on the applications of functions in real life. Second, math of investment. We will analyze, investigate, and solve problems involving investment. Third, logic. We will encounter a lot of practices and problems to develop your logical reasoning, decision-making, and problem-solving. This concept must acquire all the learning targets, relate, connect, select, analyze, interpret the concepts needed in a particular situations, and use and apply the necessary concepts and skills to make a good recommendation, decision, or produce a creative output product. Unit 1. Functions. Functions may appear in different forms. It may be seen as a simple graph, a tabular data, an actual model or image of its application. This unit focuses more on the applications of functions in real life. A lot of exercises are provided to practice skill which will help to answer some real-life problems related to business, engineering, or medicine. In Unit 1 about function, there is 4 lessons. First lesson is all about representation of function. Second, evaluation of functions. Third, operation of functions. Fourth, inverse functions. In representation of functions, we will encounter relation, linear function, quadratic function, and absolute value function. Relation, defined as a set of ordered pairs. When we say ordered pairs, it's a composition of the x-coordinate, or what we call abscissa, and the y-coordinate or ordinate, having two values written in fixed order within parentheses. It helps locate a point on the Cartesian plane for better visual comprehension. Domain is the first coordinates. Range is the second coordinates. Example, 3 and 4. Domain is 3, range is 4. The list and the set of ordered pairs below show the same relation. Each letter is paired with a number. We have I and 4, L and 5, O and 6, V and 8, E and 3, M and 6, A and 2, T and 8, H and 4. Our domain is letter I, L, O, V, E, M, A, T, and H. And our range is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8. Note that for each letter, there corresponds exactly one number. This is a special kind of relation called functions. A function is a relation in which elements of the domain corresponds to exactly one element of the range. Domain I, L, O, V, E, M, A, T, H. Range 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. We have I, 4, L, 5, O, 6, V, 8, E, 3, M, 6, A, 2, T, 8, H, 4. This relation is a function, since each element in the domain I, L, O, V, E, M, A, T, H is assigned to one element in the range. Even though the range element 4 is assigned to two elements of the domain, I and H, it is still a function since each element of the domain is assigned to only one element of the range. Linear function. A function f in f of x is equal to mx plus b, where m and b are real numbers and m and f of x are both not equal to 0 is an example of linear function. The graph of a linear function forms a line. Example number 1. You are about to order pizza which costs 300 pesos per box with a delivery charge of 50 pesos. This situation can be modeled by a linear equation. We have y is equal to 300 multiplied by x plus 50. Our y is the total amount you need to pay, and our x is the number of boxes of pizza you ordered. This problem can also be presented in tabular way. Number of boxes of pizza and the total amount to pay. What if our pizza is 1 box? So we need to use the linear functions of y is equal to 300, x plus 50. So our x is 1. 300 times 1 plus 50 is equal to 350, which is the total amount to pay. What if our boxes of pizza is 3? 300 times 3 plus 50 is equal to 950. The total amount to pay of 3 boxes of pizza is 950. What if 5 boxes of pizza? We have 300 times 5 plus 50 is equal to 1,550 total amount to pay of 5 boxes of pizza. So we have here n 300 multiplied by the number of boxes plus 50. After we solve the problem or the situation, we need to graph the table. As you observe, the graph forms a line, this one. O siya gitawag siya nga linear function. We need to be careful in analyzing the graph. Remember that this graph represents the number of pizza which you might order and the total amount you need to pay. So, we should not consider the negative, this one, going to the negative values as part of our domain and range. There are situations where linear function may not be applicable. In science, business, and engineering, you may encounter problems which require the concept of other functions. The trajectories of water jets in a fountain and a bouncing ball, even the car headlights call for the concept of quadratic function. Quadratic function is written of the form f of x is equal to ex squared plus bx plus c, where a, b, and c are real numbers and a is not equal to 0. The minimum or maximum point, or what we call vertex, of the quadratic function can be determined through the following. X coordinate is equal to negative b over 2a and y coordinate is equal to substitute x to the equation. Example number 2. A basketball player launched a ball upward at 48 feet per second from a platform that is 50 feet high. Find the maximum height the ball reaches and how long it takes to get there. To answer this problem, you need to recall some research-based model or equation. Based on research, the equation h is equal to 16t squared plus v sub 0 t plus x sub 0 is commonly used to model an object that is launched or thrown. The variable h represents the height in feet and t represent the time and seconds. The other two values are usually given number. H is the initial height in feet and v is the initial velocity in feet per second. Now, substitute the given from the problem to the equation. H is equal to negative 16t squared plus v sub 0 t plus h sub 0, where 48 feet per second is the initial velocity and 50 feet is the initial height. So we have the resulting equation. H is equal to 16t squared plus 48t plus 50. Since the coefficient of the first term is negative, the parabola will open downward, which gives the maximum point or vertex, where x coordinate represents the time it reaches the maximum point and the y coordinate represents the maximum height. We have t is equal to negative b over 2a, or the value of b is 48 and the value of a is negative 16. We have negative 48 over 2 times negative 16 is equal to 48 over negative 2 times negative 16 is equal to positive 32. So we have 48 over 32 in lowest term, 3 over 2 or 1.5 seconds. Using the equation, h is equal to negative 16t squared plus 48t plus 15. So we all know that the value of t is 3 over 2 or 1.5 seconds. Substitute the value of t, h is equal to negative 16 times 3 over 2 squared plus 48 times 3 over 2 plus 15. Simplify. H is equal to negative 16 times 9 over 4 because 3 over 2 squared is equal to 9 over 4 plus 48 times 3 over 2 plus 15. Again, simplify also. H is equal to negative 36 plus 72 plus 15. And our height is 86 feet. So, the maximum height is 86 feet and it takes 1.5 seconds to reach the height. For you to visualize this situation, let's observe the graph. As you observe, the parabola opens downward, which gives the maximum point. The coordinate of the maximum point is 1.5 seconds and 86 feet, which means the maximum height is 86 feet and it takes 1.5 seconds to reach the height. It is also good to observe the axis of symmetry, which divides the graph into equal parts. This means all points on the left and right side of the axis of symmetry are paired. So we can also conclude that after another 1.5 seconds from the highest point, the ball will be 50 feet again above the ground. As we analyze the graph of the quadratic function, we may say that the domain is the set of real numbers while the range is less than 86. But considering the situation, we are aware that time and height should not be negative. You encountered linear and quadratic functions, but some situations require the other functions. Medical doctors have some mathematical models to test the drugs they are injecting to their patients or to test the conditions of their patients. The average internal body temperature of a human is 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. The temperature can vary as much as 0.5 degrees and still be considered normal. Any value outside the range is either hypothermia. When you say hypothermia, the surrounding temperature is too cold for the body to keep up, or hyperthermia, indicating a fever. And this requires the concept of absolute value functions. When we say absolute value function, can be used to show how much a value deviates from the norm. This is written as f of x is equal to x for x is greater than or equal to 0, or f of x is equal to negative x for x is less than or equal to 0. This situation can be modeled by y is equal to the absolute value of x minus 98.6. Example number 3. What should be the least temperature for the human body to be considered normal and not hypothermia? To answer this question, you may use the absolute value model. Let x the temperature which may vary by 0.5 degrees and y the body temperature. So we have y is equal to the absolute value x minus 98.6. Our x is 0.5 degrees. Y is equal to absolute 0.5 minus 98.6. Y is equal to the absolute of negative 98.1 and our y is equal to 98.1. So, below 98.1 degrees, the human body temperature is not normal anymore, or we consider hypothermia When we say hypothermia, that surrounding temperature is too cold for the body to keep up. Example number 4. What should be the highest temperature for the human body to be considered normal and not hyperthermia? Let X is equal the temperature which may vary by negative 0.5 degrees and Y is equal the body temperature. So we have Y is equal to the absolute of X minus 98.6 and our X is negative 0.5, so minus 98.6 simplify. Y is equal to the absolute of negative 99.1 and the absolute of negative 99.1 is Y is equals to 99.1. So 99.1 degrees, the human body temperature is not normal anymore, or we considered hyperthermia. When we say hyperthermia, that is indicating a fever. We will have to proceed to our next topic, which is the evaluation of function, operation of function, and inverse function. Of function. In this lesson, you will have the learning target. First, I can substitute the domain properly to get the range. Second, I can solve problems involving functions. Refer page 17. Before you move to your main targets for this lesson, review some important lessons or topics that you need to remember and try to do the flashback activity. We have here the table. We have the X, the expression, the answer, and the reason. So we have here the value of X, which is negative 4. And our expression is X squared. And our answer is 16. Okay? So our reason is if you multiply negative 4 and negative 4, the result is 16. Okay, nganong 16 man? Diba ang ato ang value ni X is negative 4. And atong expression is X squared. Unsa may value ni X, which is unsa man? Negative 4. So negative 4 squared. So atong kaduhaon ang iyahang negative 4, which is the base. Kaya nga naman, squared man. So negative 4 multiplied by negative 4, and that is equal to 16. Our next example is ang atoang X is negative 5. And our expression is the quantity of X minus 6 squared. And our answer is 121. The reason, if you subtract negative 5, which is the value of X, and 6, the result is negative 11. Okay, unsa may square root ni negative 11? So negative 11 multiplied by negative 11, and that is equal to 121. Okay, so we have here the value of X, 1/2, negative 9, negative 3, and positive 2. Okay, I want you to answer the 4 expression and give the reason. Write your answer on your general mathematics book, okay, on page 17. Okay, kaya ana ra ko mag-check sa inyuhang mga answer. Okay? So, try that one and we will have to proceed to our discussion. Evaluation of functions. Evaluation of function is one of the most common method that we do every day. in computing our budget or allowances, listing our requirements in school together with the prices of materials we need, and even in buying our food during snack and lunch. We have here problem number 1. A basketball player launched a ball upward at 48 feet from a platform that is 50 feet high. Find the maximum height the ball reaches and how long it takes to get there. We learned from the previous discussion that the situation can be modeled by h is equal to negative 16t squared plus 48t plus 50. If you want to know the height of the ball after 2 seconds, you may also substitute the time to the given model to determine the height. Okay? So, ang atoang t ana class is 2 seconds. Okay? So, imo i-substitute tong value ni t which is 2. h is equal to negative 16 times 2 squared plus 48 times 2 plus 50. So, as you can see, atong gi-substitute ang value ni t which is 2. Okay? And after that one, simplify. H is equal to negative 64. Ang anong 64? Negative 64 man. 2 squared, that is 4. Negative 16 times 4, that is equal to negative 64. Plus 48 times 2, and that is equal to 96 plus 50. Okay? Next, we have 82 feet. So therefore, the maximum height the ball reaches and how long it takes to get there is 82 feet. In a function, we have to encounter the basic skills on operations of polynomials and the different operations on functions. Learning target. I can add 2 or more functions. I can subtract 2 or more functions. I can multiply 2 or more functions. I can divide 2 or more functions. And I can perform composition functions. So in your book, kindly refer page 19. Before you move to your main targets for this lesson, you need to have a review of some important lesson or topics that you need to remember and try to do the flashback activity. Okay? Can you perform the indicated operation to complete the table? So we have here the expression, the answer, and the reason. Again, we have here the expression, answer, and the reason. So we have here the expression which is the quantity of 5x minus 3 plus the quantity of 6x plus 7. So our answer is 11x plus 4. But how? Giunsa man na nato siya pagkuha sa answer. Okay? The reason is combine like terms. Okay? Atong i-combine ang like terms sa expression. So, see, we have 5x and 6x. So, ato siyang i-add 5x plus 6x and that is equal to 11x. Okay? At if they have the same sign and subtract if they have different sign. Okay? And then, copy the sign of the larger value. Okay, so this one, we have negative 3 plus 7, pila man na? That is equal to 4. Kaya nga naman, asay may mas dako, si negative 3 or si positive 7? Okay, that is positive 7. So that's why we have plus 4. Okay, so we will have to proceed to our next expression. We have here, the quantity of 5x plus 8 minus 2x plus 6. So our answer is 3x plus 2. Again, our reason, we have combine like terms, add if they have the same sign, and subtract if they have different sign. Okay, from this one. So asa may parehas na ito nga sign na class? We have 5x ug si 2x. 5x minus 2x, and that is equal to 3x. Okay, so we have also 8 minus 6, and that is equal to plus 2. Okay, sir, nga nung plus 2 man na siya, sir? Remember, ang ato ang operation is subtraction. Kini siya nga subtraction class, ato ni siyang i-distribute sa sunod nga expression from this one. Kini siya. Okay, negative times 2x, and that is equal to negative 2x. And then negative times positive 6, and that is equal to negative 6. That's why plus 2 siya, kay dako man si positive na integers. Okay, and then copy the sign of the larger value. So our answer is 3x plus 2. Okay, so we have here the 2 expression. I would like you to answer that one in your general mathematics book. Okay, so the other one expression is the quantity of 2x plus 2 times the quantity of 3x minus 2, and all you have to do is to answer and find the reason. Okay, so the other expression is 9x plus 18 over x plus 2, and what is our answer, and give the reason. Okay, can you do it? Very good. Basic skills on operations of polynomials. Operations on functions require the basic skills on operations of polynomials, which you learned from the previous year level. Importante jud nga makakat-unta sa mga basic skills or concept how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide the polynomials. In your book, page 20, can you refer that one? So we have here the table. So ato siyang i-explain og maayo. So we have here the operation, model, and rules. So dapat makahibaw ta kung unsay rules sa mga operation. So let's start with the first operation, which is the addition. Okay, so kahibaw man tanong kung unsa ng addition atong i-add. Okay, ang ato ang model, we have 3x plus 2x, that is equal to 5x. So the rules class, to add two polynomials, ang pag-add daw kuno sa two polynomials, write the sum by combining like terms. So kung naangan tayo makitaan nga like terms or parehas silang term or parehas silang apelyido, ato siyang i-add. Okay, from this model, si 3x o si 2x, parehas ba silang term or parehas ba silang apelyido? Yes, parehas sila og apelyido, parehas sila og term, which is unsa may lang variable? X. Okay, so imo ra siyang i-add 3x plus 2x, and that is equal to 5x. Okay, let's proceed to the next operation, which is the subtraction. So we have here the model. X minus y is equal to x plus negative y. Giunsa man na nato siya, class. So let's read the rules. To subtract an expression from another expression, you need to add its negative. Okay, remember this one. Kung unsaon na to pag-subtract sa polynomials. Diba? Natay rule sa subtraction na polynomials nga. Para sa yunra, ang iyahang operation kani sa subtraction mangita tag opposite. Okay, unsa may opposite ni subtraction? Okay, that is addition. That's why nga pag abot ini sa x minus y is equal to x, so unsay opposite ni subtraction? That is addition, plus. Okay, and then ingon siya nga atong i-change ang atong mangita tag opposite ni subtrahend. Okay, unsa may opposite ni y? Positive y. Unsa may ato ang opposite ni positive y? That is negative y. Very good. So ang atong answer is x plus negative y. Okay, let us proceed to the next operation, which is the multiplication. Okay, when you say multiplication, that is times. Atong i-multiply. So we have here the model. Tulo ang ato ang model na class. Okay, so we have here x to the power of m multiplied by x to the power of n, and that is equal to x to the power of m plus n. Ganun gabutang mo tag m plus n. Di ba remember, kung parehas ang iyahang base, ato siyang i-times. And then kung lahi ang iyang exponent, class, ato ra siyang i-plus. Okay? We have m plus n. Okay? Ang tawag ana nga rule, class, that is what we call the product rule. Okay? So we have here the next model. X to the power of m multiplied to the power of n. So from this one, gi-multiply ra nato ang exponent. Okay? Okay, wala man usara man iyang base, class, si x man. So that is equal to x to the power of m times n. From this one, ato siyang gi-add kaning kinaunhan. Ang ikaduha, atong siyang gi-multiply ang iyahang exponent. So that is what we call the power rule. Nga tawag siya ang power rule. Ang iyahang exponent ra, ang iyahang kini siya, class, kini si m and n, gi-multiply ra nato siya. Okay? Next, we have to proceed to the model of multiplication, which is xy to the power of n. So that is equal to x to the power of n, y to the power of n. The rules here, we have power of a product rule. Okay? So, giunsa man na ito pag-answer, sir, na x to the power of n, y to the power of n. Okay? Remember, kini siya nga, to the power of n, kini siya, class, ato na siyang i-distribute sa sud sa base. Okay? O siya nga, kini siya nga n, modong siya ni x, o si n, modong po siya ni y. And that is equal to x to the power of n, y to the power of n. Okay, that's all about multiplication. So, the next is we have the FOIL method. Okay, naka-remember man yung FOIL method? Nga, pabingon nga tag F, that stands with first, the O stands for outer, and the I stands for inner, and the L is the last terms. Okay, so we have here the model. The quantity of W plus X multiplied by the quantity of Y plus Z. Okay, so atong i-apply ang FOIL method, class. So pangita ta ni first term. Asa ba tong first term, ana? Si W o si Y. Okay, that is ato ang first term. So, W times Y, and that is equal to WY. Okay. And then, next, we have O. Okay, asa nga to ang outer, gawas. We have W multiplied by Z. Okay. W multiplied by Z, and that is equal to YZ. Okay, next, we have I, which is the inner terms. So, sa term, we have si X o si Y. Okay, X times Y, and that is equal to XY. And then, we have the last terms. At sa atong last term, kini si X o si Z. Okay, X times Z, and that is equal to XZ. So therefore, our answer, we have WY plus WZ plus XY plus XZ. Okay, so our rules here, we have the FOIL method. We have F, multiply the first terms, which is WY. O, multiply the outer terms, which is WZ. I, multiply the inner terms, XY. And the L, multiply the last terms, which is the XZ. So we have here the next operation, square of a binomial. Kung mingo ka nga square of binomial, from the words binomial, duha ka term. Okay. Ato siyang gi-squared na to siya ang binomial. So we have here the model, x plus y squared. So, kini si x plus y, binomial, diba siya class? Kay duha siya ka term. And then, gi-squared siya, which is ang kabasaan ni the quantity of x plus y squared. So, our answer, if we use the FOIL method, that is equal to x squared plus 2xy plus y squared. Okay? Kung addition na siya ng operation. Pero let's go with the subtraction, x minus y squared, and that is equal to, kung mugamit ka ni FOIL method, that is equal to x squared minus 2xy plus y squared. Okay? I-try daw na sa inyohang kuan, sa inyohang scratch paper kung sakto ba ang iyang answer. Okay? Kung correct ang iyang answer, is good. So we have here the rules for the square of binomials. Ang iyang rules class is square the first term, twice the product of first and second term, and square the second term. Okay? Sabtan na to? Okay, very good. So let's proceed with the next operation. Basic skills on operation of polynomials. Okay, so we will proceed to the operation, which is the cube of a binomial. Okay, when we say cube of a binomial, atong gi-cube ang usa ka binomial. Okay, so we have here the model, the quantity of x plus y cube. Okay, and that's equal to x cubed plus 3x squared y plus 3xy squared plus y squared. Okay, kung sa addition siya. Kung sa subtraction, we have x minus y cubed is equal to x cubed minus 3x squared y plus 3xy squared minus y squared. Okay, so we have here the rules. The cube of x 3 times the product of the square of x and y, and then 3 times the product of x and the square of y, the cube of y. So, mo siya ang ato ang answer class. So, para makasabot mo kung giunsa na to, first ana, kung unsay answer sa square of binomial, imo siyang i-multiply to usa nga binomial, which is x plus y or x minus y, and then you use the distributive property. So same ra gihapon ang iyahang mogawas nga result or ang iyahang answer. Okay, let's proceed with the product of sum and difference. Okay, so we have here the model. Kung mingo nga product of sum and difference, duha or binomial ang mugawas ang niya class, bisag multiply kag binomial to binomial, ang iyang result ana kay binomial nga naman kay product of sum and difference man naa si sum o naa si difference. For example, this model, the quantity of x plus y. Okay, this is the sum. And then multiplied by x minus y. This is difference. Tanawa ang ilang operation, add and minus. So parehas ang ilahang variable. Okay, si x and then si y. So, and that is equal to x squared minus y squared. So, here the rules, we have multiplied the first term. So, atong i-multiply sa first term. So, x times x is equal to x squared. And then, multiply the second term. Ang second term is y. Okay, y times negative y, and that is equal to negative y squared, or y times y is equals y squared, and then positive times negative, and that is equal to negative. Okay, so our answer is x squared minus y squared. Next, the last basic skills on operations of polynomials. We have here the square of a trinomial. Kung mayroon ka trinomial, pila ka term? Tulo ka term. So we have the quantity of x plus y plus z squared. Okay? So our answer, we have x squared plus y squared plus z squared plus 2xy plus 2xz plus 2yz. So our rules here, we have square the first term and then square the second term. Okay? Kung mingo ka square the first term, imong square si first terms, we have x times x. So that's we have x squared. And then square the second term. So we have y times y equals y squared. Okay? Square the third term gihapon, we have z squared. And then twice the product of the first term. So, ang twice, we have 2xy. And then, twice the product of the first and third. Si first o si third, we have 2xz. And then, twice the product of a second and third. We have 2yz. Okay? So, our answer is equal to x squared plus y squared plus z squared plus 2xy plus 2xz plus 2yz. Okay? So, that's for basic skills on operations of polynomials. So, if you have problem and clarification, chat me or contact me on Facebook. Different operations on functions. To be able to perform different operations on functions, you need also to be familiar with the following rules and concepts. So we have here the operation, the model, and the descriptions. So again, we have here operation, model, and description. Let's go with the sum. Okay? The first operation, which is the sum. And our model is we have the quantity of f plus g of x is equal to f of x plus g of x. Okay? So here, atong i-distribute si x. Okay, that's why nga naa si f of x o si g of x. To get the sum of two functions, just add the terms of f of x and g of x. Imo rang i-add kung unsay value ni f of x o si g of x. Okay, so we have here, for example, ang atong f of x is equal to 3x plus 2. And our g of x is equal to 2x plus 5x. So again, what is our f of x? 3x plus 2. And g of x is equal to 2x plus 5. So we have here f plus g of x is equal to, kung sa may value na to ni f of x. So we have the 3x plus 2. And then plus, what is the value of g of x? That is 2x plus 5. And all we have to do is combine like terms. Atong i-combine ang like terms niya, class. So we have f plus g of x is equal to 3x plus 2 plus 2x plus 5. Asa may like terms ana, class? So we have si 3x ug si 2x. Okay, so 3x plus 2x, that is equal to 5x. And then 2 plus 5 is equal to 7. So therefore, our answer in f plus g of x is equal to 5x plus 7. And this is our final answer. So next, let's go with the difference. Okay, ang sunod na itong operations, we have difference. So we have here our model. So f minus g of x is equal to f of x minus g of x. So again, atong gi-distribute si x sa f ug sa g. So kini kay tungod kay difference man siya, class, so minus. Okay, to get the difference of two functions, just subtract the terms of f of x and g of x. So again, to get the difference of two functions, so kini siya nga function, class, just subtract the terms. Atong isubtract si f of x minus g of x. So again, for example, ang ato ang f of x is equal to 3x plus 2. And ato ang g of x is equal to 2x plus 5. So if we use this model, kini siya nga model, class. So wait sa. So kung kini siya nga model, kini atong gamiton nga model man kini. Okay? So we have f minus g of x is equal to, unsa atong kuan ni f of x, we have 3x plus 2. So tungod kay difference man or subtraction, we have minus. What is our g of x? Kini sa atong g of x, 2x plus 5. Okay, so we have here f minus g of x is equal to 3x plus 2. Okay, very good. And then, so we have here minus 2x plus 5. Kini siya nga 2x plus 5, mao ni value ni g of x. Okay, and then combine, before ita mo combine sa like terms, class, nalimot ko, di ba, kini siya si f of x, that is 3x plus 2. And then ang ato ang operation kay kuan man, difference man. So kini siya nga minus, at kini siya nga subtraction, ato siyang i-distribute sa sunod na nga term, kini nga 2x plus 5. So we have negative times positive 2x, pila man? That is equal to negative 2x. Okay, this one. Negative times positive 5. That is equal to negative 5. So, negative 5 ni siya, class. Negative ni negative. Negative or minus. Okay. So, we have here 3x minus 2x. So, atong i-combine ang like terms. 3x minus 2x, pila man? We have x. Kaya nga naman, mas dako pa man si 3x kaysa ni 2x. Okay? So, we have here sunod. 2 minus 5. Pila man? So, we have negative 3. Kaya nga naman, dako man si negative 5 or 2 minus 5, that is equal to negative 3 or minus 3. So, our answer is f minus g of x is equal to x minus 3. Okay? So we will proceed to the next operation, which is the product. So we have here the model. We have f times g of x is equal to f of x times g of x. So again, giunsa na to siya. Atong gidistribute again si x sa f and then ni g. Okay, so we have here f of x times g of x. So ang description niya, class, to get the product of two functions, just multiply the terms of f of x and g of x. Okay, for example, we have here the f of x is equal to 3x plus 2 and our g of x is 2x plus 5. Okay, so we use this model kini siya, class. Atong sundon siya nga model, ha. Okay, so we have here f times g of x is equal to unsa man ang ato ang value ni f of x. So we have 3x plus 2. So we have here 3x times 2. Sa g of x, unsa may value ni g of x? We have 2x plus 5, this one. Okay, and after that, you use the FOIL method. So, kay ba matanong kung unsa itong mga FOIL method na? So, we have, what is our first term? Okay, we have 3x times 2x. Okay, 3x times 2x, and that is equal to 6x squared. And then, followed by outer. So, we have 3x multiplied by 5, that is equal to 15x. Okay, and then we have the inner. So, okay, 2. Okay, wait. We have 2 times 2x, and that is equal to 4x. And then followed by the last term, which is 2 times 5, and that is equal to 10. Okay, combine like terms. So, si 6x squared, naa ba siya like terms? So, wala. So, ato siyang i-copy. 6x squared plus 15x plus 4x. Like terms ba siya, class? Yes, very good. Like terms siya. So, we have 19x and then 10. Siya ramay usa. So, we have the last term is 10. So, our answer for the product is f times g of x is equal to 6x squared plus 19x plus 10. And that is our final answer. Okay, so let's proceed with the next operation. Our next operation is what we call the quotient. Okay, so we have here the model. We have the f over g of x is equal to f of x over g of x. So, ato siyang i-distribute sa iyang fraction. Okay, to get the product of two function, okay, this is just divide the terms of f of x and g of x. So, sorry, this is divide. So, for example, ang ato ang f of x is equal to 3x plus 2. And then, our g of x is equal to 2x plus 5. So, all you have to do is to ato siyang substitute the value of f of x and g of x. Mao man natong model class kini, mao tong sundon. So, what is our f of x? That is equal to 3x plus 2. And then g of x, we have 2x plus 5. Kana siya, class, kay dili naman siya ma-simplify. So, tungod kay dili naman siya ma-simplify, this is our final answer. Okay? So, kung ma-simplify siya, if possible, isolve niyo siya. Okay? So, that's it for the quotient. Different operations on functions. So, we have here the last operations on functions, which is the composition of functions. So, we have here that model. It said here, f of g of x is equal to f of g of x. So, it means that the domain of g is x. So, ang domain dakono ni g si x. And the domain of f, ang domain na kuno ni f kay si g of x. For example, so we have here f of x is equal to 3x plus 2. And our g of x is equal to 2x plus 5. So find the f of g of x. So pangitaon nato si f of g of x. So write the f of x. So unsa man ang ato ang f of x? What is the value of f of x? That is equal to 3x plus 2. Okay? Replace x by g of x. Kaya naman, di ba, ang domain nato ni f kay si g of x. Okay? And then, ang domain nato ni g kay si x. So, therefore, f of g of x is equal to what is our f of x? Si f of x, una itong gamit ang itong unahang class kini. Kining f. So, we have 3x plus 2. So, kung unsay value ni x, mao na ang atong i-replace sa g of x. So, unsa atong g of x man, which is 2x plus 5. So, kini siya nga x class, ang value ana is 2x plus 5. So, we have here, f of g of x is equal to 3. So, what is the value of x? We have 2x plus 5. Asa gikan ng x ni g of x? Okay, so we have 2x plus 5 plus 2. And after that one, atong i-distribute si 3. So we have 3 times 2x is equal to 6x. And then 3 times 5 is equal to 15. So we have 6x plus 15 plus 2. And that is equal to 6x plus 17. So here, the functions of g of x serves as the domain of f of x to determine the f of g of x. So again, our answer of f of g of x is equal to 6x plus 17. So we have here the other example of composition of functions. So we already know the model, which is f of g of x is equal to f of g of x. So our descriptions here, ang domain ni g kay si x and the domain ni f kay g of x. So for example, we have here the value of f of x, which is 3x plus 2. And the value of g of x is equal to 2x plus 5. Find the f of g of 2. So ang ato ang first ng example, diba kay si f of g of x man to. So karon ang ato ang x kitagaan siya og value which is 2. So first, write the g of x. So unsa man ato ang g of x? And that is 2x plus 5. This one. Okay? Replace x by 2. Sir, nga nung i-replace mat na to si x by 2? Because our domain is 2. So we have here g. So, g of x, so x maghapon, so 2 na siya. G of 2, and that is equal to 2 times 2, kay ang value ni x kay 2 man, and then plus 5. Okay, so we have here, g of 2 is equal to 2 times 2, and that is equal to 4, plus 5. So, 4 plus 5 is equal to 9. So, our g of 2 is equal to 9. So, we're not done yet. So, write the f of x. So, unsa man tong f of x? 3x plus 2. Unsa may domain na to ni f of x, which is the g of x. So, ato namang gisolve si g of x. So, di ba ang answer nito sa g of x kay si 9. Mo siya nga g of 2 is equal to 9. Okay? So, we have here f of g of 2 is equal to 3 times 9 kay gi-replace na to si x to 9, this one, plus 2. And then, f of g of 2 is equal to 9 times 3 or 3 times 9 is equal to 27 plus 2. And then, we have f of g of 2 is equal to 29. So, here, the description. The domain is 2. Diba, ang ang domain kasi 2 man. Kaya naman si x. I-substitute ni mo siya sa g of x, which is this one, 2x plus 2. So ato siyang gi-substitute. Mao nga migawas si 9. And then kung unsay result ni g of x, ato siyang i-substitute to find the f of x. Okay? So we have here the f of x para ma-determine nato si f of g of 2 ang gipangita nato class. So our answer is 29. Inverse functions. You learned that a relation is defined as a set of ordered pairs. Diba na si x o si y? The first coordinate is called the domain, which is the x, while the second coordinate called range, which is the y. However, this process may be interchanged depending on the needs. We may use the original range as the domain of the function, while the original domain becomes the range of the new function. And that's we call the inverse function. So, maka-encounter ta ni original function and the inverse relation. Learning target. I can write the inverse of a function with the given coordinate. I can transform the inverse of a function with the given equation. I can solve problem involving inverse function. An inverse function is a relation reversing the process performed by any function f of x is called inverse of f of x. So we have here the original function. Okay? So we have x and y. The value of x has 4 coordinates, which is 20, 30, 50, and 100. And our y is 68, 86, 122, and 212. If we find the inverse relation, it goes like this. X and y coordinate. X has 68, 86, 122, and 212. And y coordinate has 20, 30, 50, and 100. As what you observe, class, nag-inverse ang x and y coordinate. Okay? So, try to observe. So, nagbaylo sila. If f is a one-to-one function, then the inverse of f denoted by f to the power of negative 1 is the function formed by reversing all the ordered pairs in f. So thus, f to the power of negative 1 is equal to yx. If we find the inverse, that is x, y, is n function. Okay? So, kung f to the power of negative 1, that is inverse function. So, we have here the properties of an inverse function. If the inverse function or f to the power of negative 1 exists, if inverse function is one-to-one function, so f is also one-to-one. Number 2, domain of inverse function is equal to the range of f or range of function. Okay? Number 3, range of inverse function or f to the power of negative 1 is equal to the domain of f. Okay? Example. Find the inverse of the function described by the set of ordered pairs. So we have here 5 ordered pairs. First ordered pair is 0 and negative 2, followed by 1 and 0, followed by 2 and 2, 3 and 4, 6 and 4. Our solution: switch the coordinates of each ordered pair. So we have here the original function, 0 and negative 2, 1 and 0, 2 and 2, 3 and 4, 6 and 4. That is the original function. So mangita ta sa iyahang inverse function. So our answer is negative 2, 0, 0, 1, 2 and 2, 4 and 3, 4 and 6. Ang sa original function, una si x, sunod si y. Kung ato siyang i-inverse, muuna si y, dusa si x. Example: find the inverse of the function f of x is equal to 3x plus 6. Again, find the inverse of the function f of x is equal to 3x plus 6. Our solution: so we have f of x is equal to y. Okay? So we have y is equal to 3x plus 6. Okay? Tanaw na to. So, kung si f of x, kung ato na siyang himuon nga y, mo siyang resulta. Okay? Parehas na silang equivalent. Okay? Y is equal to 3x plus 6. So, we have to interchanging the x and y to find the inverse function or the f to the power of negative 1. We have x is equal to 3y plus 6. Okay, try to observe this one. Unsa ma inyong maobserbaran? So, nag-interchange ang x og si y. Okay? Solving for the new y's. Okay, we obtain 3y is equal to x minus 6. Okay, sir, giunsa man natno siya, sir? Nganong si 3y? So, ato siyang gi-transpose. Okay? Transpose 3y to the other side and then the x. And then we have negative 3y is equal to negative x plus 6. And then multiply negative 1 both sides to become positive 3y. So our result, 3y is equal to x minus 6. To find the value of y, we have to divide positive 3 both sides. So we have 3y over 3 is equal to x minus 6 over 3. So our result, we have the cancellations of 3. We have y is equal to 1/3 x minus 2. So, we're not done yet kay y pa man ni siya. So, ang iyang gipangita kay inverse function man. So, pwede kanya tong answer class. But, the final answer niya is f to the power of negative 1 or inverse function is equal to 1/3 x minus 2. Parehas sa sila, diba? Si y o si f to the power of negative 1. Okay, so this is our final answer. Carmel Academy Philosophy and Objectives. Guided by the Our Lady of Mount Carmel, Carmel Academy works in collaboration with the teachers, parents, alumni, and the community in living the gospel and Catholic faith traditions. We strive to grow in a lifelong relationship with God, self, and others. Just like in our discussion, we encounter about the relation of functions. We have a relation in our school, teacher, parents, alumni, and the community in living the gospel and Catholic faith tradition. Carmel Academy provides a Christian community that promotes social justice and respect for all creation. Most people dislike math, and I think that it is a subject that is neutral and not connected to anything, most especially to God. But what most people do not realize is that math surrounds us. It can be seen in every creation of God. In fact, math, like God, can be seen everywhere in nature, even in unexpected situations, like when you are accidentally drop your cell phone from the top of a tall building. There is a connection between the distance it has fallen and how long it has been falling. In fact, the distance of the cell phone from the top of the building depends on the time it has fallen. So there is a rule on how distance may be computed from time. In math, this rule is called a function, and it is often represented as an equation involving two variables. Clearly, God is with us and surrounds with His love. It is only we should appreciate, respect, and care for nature and all things that are given to us.